Sarah was inside the library at the time, and thank goodness you're safe and back in your apartment on campus. Sarah, it's been hard for us to tell. Could you tell, were some of the shootings inside the actual library, or is it right outside the doors?
I was right around the corner, but from what I could tell, the shot came through the doors. Well, the doors opened electronically, and I think the shooter remained outside the library and just shot real quickly right through there.
You said you were right around the corner, meaning you were inside the building or you were outside?
Yes, ma'am, right inside the building around the corner. So I did not see the shooting, but I definitely heard the gunshots.
Oh my gosh, you were so close to what had happened. I mean, the police have not said if this person was a student on campus. Do you know?
I have no idea. Nobody really got a good description of the shooter. And all I know is that the victim that was in the library, from what I've been told, was an employee.
Oh, okay, got you. Sarah, what happened when you hear these gunshots? You're just around the corner. You don't see it, but what did you do?
Well, they weren't as loud as I would imagine, so I was a little flustered, but I wasn't, at the point of freaking out yet. It wasn't until one of the employees was running around pretty frantically that, me and my two friends were asking, what's wrong, what's wrong? And at that point, nobody was answering our questions. That's when I started to get a little bit worried when I pulled out my phone.
So what did you do then? Did you run out of that door that you were so close to, or did you have to shelter in place, basically?
No, to be honest, I kind of froze for the moment. And she made the 911 call, and it didn't hit me that there was gunshots until I saw the victim on the ground and crying out. And so that's when it kind of hit me that we need to back up and get away from the entrance that the gunshot was at, because for all I know, he could come right through there again.
So this is Sarah's video that we're watching up on the screen here, and the person lying on the ground, you think that is an employee?
That's what I believe, so I'm not particularly sure, but that's what I was told.
Sarah, have you had time to digest, what you witnessed there? Here you are shooting
No.
your cell phone video,
No.
and how horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. You definitely are never prepared for an experience like this, no matter how many times. I've gone over situations like this with my dad. As soon as I leave the library, I call him every single time. And so I'm pretty well versed on safety, especially at nighttime, but you just would never think that something like this would happen at your school.
Sarah, what time was it? Was it after midnight or was it before midnight?
I've checked just to see, because, at this point, the whole night is a blur, but it was around 12:30, I believe, that this all happened.
And for some people who are getting up at this hour and seeing this and learning that this had happened at Florida State University, their first thought may be, how horrible, but then, well, why were people in the library at that hour? Is this a 24-hour library all the time, or just now during finals?
Yes, this is a 24-hour library. I rely on it. As a working student full-time, this is when I get most of my work done. So I'm grateful that it is open. And, they do have policies put in place to keep us safe at this time, at that time of night. But, you just can't foresee situations like this or plan too much ahead. They just happen sometimes. But I'm confident in how the situation was handled.
Were you asked questions afterward? Did you see them? How long did it take for them to come and get the injured person out that you saw?
Well, after I realized, oh my gosh, he's so hurt, we wanted to get him help, and they were just rushing us to the back of the library and up the stairs. But within just a few minutes, Tallahassee PD and FSU PD were on scene on the intercoms, letting us know they were there, handling situations. So he got attention within just a few minutes. He had medical attention.
Okay. And then you said the whole night is a blur. Did you have to stay and answer questions and interviews? And how long ago did you get back to your apartment?
Yeah, we were actually held in Strozier upstairs, all crammed together, for maybe a good 30 minutes. And then we were transferred to the building across the street called Bellamy. And from then on, we were held for about 3 hours. I didn't get home till around 4 o'clock in the morning. Wow. So they did ask us some questions. I didn't see the shooter, so I didn't have much information for them.
What were the other students doing? You seem very poised, and were people crying and praying? What did you see?
Everyone was pretty shaken up. My hands are shaking still. I'm pretty shaken up. I just want to make sure that I put a good message. All the kids were safe that the situation was taken into good hands. I don't want parents to watch this and think that, you know, their kids aren't safe, or I don't want the students to feel unsafe. So I just want to make sure I'm giving, you know, a good impression that everybody is okay. I want everyone to know
Very
that
thoughtful.
everyone is okay. Yeah.
Very thoughtful of you. What is your
Yeah,
major, Sarah?
I'm a sport management major at Florida State.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us. I'm so glad that you're safe.
Thank you very much.